Hi everyone. So welcome to our Meet the Committee stream. This is basically going to be a little bit about us talking about judo, not judo, and everything in between. So I'm David. I'm the president. So you'll probably hate me by the end of it because I'll, be telling you what to do. But hopefully we'll have a good time and go to one of the other guys, like Jack.
Okay, I'm Jack and I'm the welfare sec. My job is to make sure that everyone within the club is happy and healthy, both physically and mentally. I also deal with equality and diversity issues. So basically, if you have a question and you don't know who to go to, you can ask me. Carys.
It was at this point that Carys broke and we had to redo her introduction.
Hi, I'm Carys and I'm the head coach. I'll be taking the sessions and giving everyone an opportunity to coach themselves if they'd like as well. So if you have any questions about how training is going to go with COVID restrictions and everything, feel free to ask me. On to Will.
Hello, I am Will. I'm the treasurer. I'll be responsible for keeping the society's money going all well, and I'll be taking all of your money, obviously, to be very
Excellent.
We are going to be having a different year because of obviously person training, but hopefully we can provide some good sessions for you online that you may want to. And I'll pass over to Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm the one of the two social secretaries. So our jobs include posting to the club social media, emailing you about anything that's happening within the club, and also organising socials, which will also be very different in this post-corona world that we're living in. And on to Tom.
Yeah, so I'm Tom, the other social sec. We're both just here to make sure everyone has a good time, keep everyone engaged, and manage the extracurricular stuff besides just judo. Yeah.
Hashtag do judo.
Excellent.
Hashtag do judo.
Yeah, sorry about that. My laptop is absolutely dying, so I was fumbling around for the charger. So if you wonder why I was absolutely freaking out, that would be why. It's also not plugging in, so that could be fun in a bit.
Does the laptop
Did you not record?
No, it's recording still. It's
Got to
recording
press
on
play.
my computer. So we do have also men and women's captains, Ben and Lucia, respectively. Lucia's not here because her train just broke or something, and then Ben will hopefully be joining us very shortly. Because we're never on time in judo, manage expectations. That's what we do. So the first question I have for all of us is, how did you get into judo in the first place? And whoever wants to talk first could talk first whilst I carry on messing around my charger for a second.
I could start here. I did a bit of judo when I was quite young, sort of year 6 until year 8, not from that, and stopped then until I came to university. At which point I was walking up the campus and saw the majestic sight of David being thrown around what looked like on top of concrete, but luckily wasn't. I went up to go and have a conversation, and everyone seemed like very good people, so I decided to go to the first session, to another session, and went to 2 terms worth of session. I had a wonderful time, and then decided to run for treasurer as a result. A second year, so this is a society which I really believe in and enjoy spending. So you will.
We didn't pay him to say that either. That was completely all genuine, which is sweet. Joe, we'll go in grade order. So Tom, what about you?
I first started when I was forced into it to learn to take care of myself as a kid. But yeah, it's great. The people are always great wherever you go in judo. It's just always quite a nice atmosphere. Joining the club here, I always said I'd get back into it at uni, and it was a very similar kind of vibe as I remember growing up. So yeah.
Excellent. I guess Jack next, because you brown belt the most recently.
That is true. So I started judo when I was about 7 or 8. I was doing it with my brothers, Once they quit and moved on to other things, I ended up getting a bit of an injury and leaving it for a few years. But once I met Alex at secondary school, we sort of just, well, he brought me along and I started getting back into it again, and I've been doing it ever since. So when I got to the university, there was no judo club. So we sort of banded together with a bunch of like-minded individuals and eventually turned it into the society you see today. So top stuff, guys. Top stuff. Alex.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's so long ago, I don't remember exactly why I started judo. I think it's because I went to a taekwondo and a karate class, but my legs are quite short, so I'm not very good with kicks. But I found that judo was kind of the perfect martial art for my build. And yeah, so I've been doing it since the age of 10, up until a few years ago, with my knee injury. That's probably this is the longest stretch in a while that I haven't done proper competitive judo. But yeah.
Sweet. What about you, Carys?
I started when I was 7 because they did kind of like an introduction thing in sports week in school. So I went along with some of my friends and just stuck it out ever since, really. Never taken a break. So judo has been part of my life for a long time now.
Despite absolutely doing her back in.
Yeah, that wasn't so fun. It's all right now, though, sort of.
Sort of. Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely going to flex and say I started the youngest, so take that, guys. But I kind of had the home advantage of my dad running the club here at home and my brother kind of being the second in command of said club. So I was kind of like, yeah, I'll probably do it. They do it. I want to be like them. Little 6-year-old me, probably about this big. So yeah, we'll give that a go. And then I nearly quit multiple times throughout the years, because I couldn't do something. Kids throw the toys at the pram, cry a bit, how it is. But I didn't quit, as you guess, I'd imagine. And here I am, being thrown around majestically on Freshers Hill, as Will said. That's kind of my thing. And well, we'll ask the Ben when he comes around as well. Basically, we're going to quick fire Ben when he arrives, and he's going to answer everything all at once. I see no issues with this plan.
All for it.
He deserves it.
He does deserve it for being late. It's like we can't give him press ups or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that is our.
Maybe we can.
Maybe we can.
We can. Of course, try it. I give the go ahead.
Yes.
That is a head coach approved message. Press ups will be given. So, we put a little Instagram, little Q&A thing up. So, plans for next year from Jacob Sturgis. So, what are our plans, guys? We'll go Carys first because she's the coach.
So training wise, you mean then?
Training wise, yeah.
Well, I guess it just depends what university guidelines we can follow. At the moment, it's only online sessions that we're allowed to host. But I guess if we can get people back in person but socially distanced, shadow training and fitness-wise, that type of stuff, rather than training with partners. Or I think soon they'll start allowing the bubbles so we could work in groups maybe. But we'll just see what the university says, I guess. And we'll update you as we're told.
And here's Ben.
Hello.
Ben, give yourself an introduction to the VoD. Who are you?
Hello.
What do you do?
Who am I? I'm Ben. I'm the men's captain. So, come to me if you need a nice friendly chat. I'll be taking some of the coaching every now and again. And hopefully I'll be sorting out some really cool stash for you all as well.
Beautiful boy. And you missed the first question.
Which was?
Why/how did you get into judo?
Why was probably fuck that. I'm just gonna hold it.
Oh.
And demonetized.
Editing.
Demonetized. I was actually my dad, I think, about 7-ish. My dad was into rugby and did judo, and so he just sort of took me along as something to do. And I liked it from then on. Since there's nothing quite like throwing each other around a mat for a few hours or whatever with some good mates or whatever.
Yes, you'll learn quickly if you've never done judo. You've got to be a little bit tapped to enjoy it.
A little bit
voluntarily falling on the floor. But after that, it's great fun. So don't worry about it. So we were just saying plans next year. So yeah, as Carys was saying, not Carys, sorry. That basically we're going to be online for as much as we can, and then we'll try and get some judo themed fitness in there. But that leads on to another question someone asked was like, how many times can we expect to grade in this next year? And frankly, if we don't do any actual judo, not at all.
Not at all.
Like 0 times. But obviously, we've got BJA guidelines to stick to. We've got university guidelines to stick to, and no one really knows. So we're kind of going to play it by ear for a while, and then that's kind of going to be that, and see what happens. Anyone want to hit the jump in on that? Huh?
What about social wise? Maybe people are wondering if we.
Yeah, go on in social sex. Give us a spiel.
Tom, do you want to, or should I?
You go first, man.
So,
That's the biggest bail answer I've ever heard.
I know.
That's me. That's me.
So in terms of socials, I think part of the difficulty is obviously meeting in person in spaces that are confined with potential for inebriation. You need to make sure everyone's acting somewhat responsibly in everyone's best interest health-wise. But I think the potential for socials next year is going to be really good because there are obviously a lot of businesses that have been kind of hit quite hard economically from the lack of customers or whatever. So I think if we work with businesses, like I know one example is the cooperative. They are looking to fund uni clubs for quizzes and things like that. So I think there's a lot of potential to really make the most of this coming academic year, social wise.
Yeah. And in the meantime, things that like are just a lot easier to organise, we'll try and do relatively regularly, like every other fortnight, maybe. Where we just meet up somewhere, quite an open space, but where we can all kind of congregate and have a good time, chat, and yeah, just be quite informal, have fun, get to know each other a bit better. Yeah.
We've also got like the online option, right? So we've got a couple coming up
Of course,
over the next couple of weeks anyway. So like we've got like a film watch party kind of thing, and then like we got games night hosted by Jack right there. So stuff will be ticking over. There'll always be something going on fairly regularly. So we're not just gonna not do anything, pretty much. Sweet.
Speaking of Tom, is that a fresh trim I see?
It is fresh. Very fresh.
It's looking pretty fresh, I'm not going to lie.
Thank you.
You got it just today, ready for the stream.
It's like an hour and a half old right now.
Bruh.
Yeah, that is commitment to the trim, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It is.
Okay, so I've got a thing.
Just another thing in terms of events. Oh, yeah.
After you.
So I was originally going to do sort of meetings every say fortnight or so, where people who had something they wanted to talk about, whether it's judo related or completely personal, could come and have a chat with some friends and just a chill sort of open space. But obviously in-person meetings are not really the flavor of the month anymore, so we're looking at other ways of doing that. Most likely going to be sort of online chat room things. Maybe I'll have a separate room for Discord where I'll host a sort of, I don't know, weekly checkup where people can just sort of hang out and talk about things. But it's more important than ever, really, to be talking about the things that are sort of getting you down, and just be very open with the people around you, because chances are they're dealing with something very similar. So just be aware that there's always going to be someone here at the society to back you up if you're feeling a bit rough. So.
There's very wholesome content that we love to see.
That is why he is welfare sec.
That is.
Big loves.
And also, just to slightly take away from the wholesome, I just realised the curse has been on the screen for an undisclosed amount of time, so I've just removed it from the screen. But if you
can edit it.
I do apologise. I can just edit the cursor out.
Yeah,
This guy thinks I'm resident graphic designer or videographer guy or something. I just Google things, everyone. Come on now. Right. So this is a question / point from Ben right there. He wants us to discuss our favourite throws. So get in there with a judo related question, and I'll say what I said. I kind of don't really have one. if I'm entirely honest. And I'm not sure if that's a case of I like them all equally, or I'm equally bad at them all. It's one or the other. But no, I haven't really got like a single go-to. Can anyone else sort of relate?
Yeah,
Or am I
don't
just
either.
weird?
No, I agree. It's just whatever comes naturally, I think, if you're practicing. Like if you find you
Yeah.
can't just stick to one throw, it's whatever the other person is.
I mean, like if you like a
Initiative.
semi like, a bunch of three, like for example, I know like Shohei Ono loves Uchimata, Osotogari because they're like his two ones that he knows he'll pull off in competitions. They're very competition related throws.
Hmm.
So I mean, I really like Uchimata just because it's super versatile in that sort of sense. But I also really like a good old fashioned ankle sweep because if you catch someone off balance just the right time and they go down, you're like, that is some tasty stuff like that right there.
It is very satisfying because they just go. I've seen some big players go down for a little ankle sweep. Be like, yeah, fair play, you've done well.
I know what
It's
Jack
just
should
a
be.
solid, like they'll never get back up either. You're like, you're done.
Sasai.
Sassy.
Ooh,
Sassy Sasai.
a little sassy Sasai. But you'd be surprised. Sasai, it's probably my most commonly used one. The one I go for the most, like as I'm fighting, like a little tug and a Sasai. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Soto Makakomi is probably the one that
I should have
feel
called
the most
that.
satisfied in doing. Yeah, so I mean, it does help that I did a whole lesson on it. Now I've learned to appreciate it more than other throws. But yeah, no, but I am a big fan of most sacrifice throws. I like a throw that I can put my weight into, generally because I'm fairly more lacking in upper body strength compared to most other judoka. But I'm quite a heavy boy, so it works.
And if you get your Munigatami, you're probably not getting out. Boy has
It's
a
just
base. Boy has a base. What about you, Will? Because obviously you're newer to the whole scene.
So the trouble is, I'm not very good. So that means so I usually just have to attack someone.
Could you edit that out, please, David?
I'll try.
By far the most dramatic that I know would be Ippon Seoinage, but it's also one of the worst ones that I can do. So I think in terms of show-off factor, I think definitely Ippon Seoinage. And also it's in my
See, if we're talking show-off factor, my answer completely changes because I know exactly what one.
Is it Yamarashi?
It's not.
Oh.
It's actually Utsurigoshi.
Oh.
So changing hip. So you get him in a no-goshi, you throw him, and you pick him back up the other way, and then dump him again just to flex. There's no other reason. It would never work in a competition, but it looks really cool.
It's great.
So that's kind of my answer there. Who hasn't answered yet?
I'll answer. In terms of throws, I think Haragoshi has always been my favourite.
Better Haragoshi. A better Haragoshi.
Haragoshi is good. My wild card is not a throw; it is a strangle, and it is a Curry Iri Jimmy. The sliding collar. It is.
Oh, okay.
It's sneaky, and I love it. It's I think it's the one that I've used possibly the most in terms of successful strangles I've done. And it's very satisfying.
I think you've used it on me before.
Yeah, I almost certainly have. It's for light sparring. It's a real mean strangle.
Yeah.
And I think one we had before, Alex, was where you realised. I'll start again because that wasn't words. So I was underneath you in a ground fight, and I tried to do a udigarami on you from underneath, and you're like, "Hey, I thought I was the only one who did that."
Oh yes, the
So
udigarami underneath is
that was a good one because you're thinking they're going to get you, and then you absolutely just have them. Really?
Yeah, and even if they don't tap, it pulls them off of you because they have to kind of back up in a way. It's good.
It's good.
That's the versatility of judo.
Yeah, for the guys who just joined in, if you want to just check a message in the text chat, if you've got any questions or anything, we'll see if we can answer those with us. But we've made sure you can't speak so that it doesn't get absolutely noisy, quite frankly. There we are. Right. So I was gonna say another thing, but I completely forgot what the thing I was gonna say is. So I'll just go on to the next question. That makes sense. That does it for me. Oh yeah, so this one was to the Instagram thing, and it was, what's the ratio between competitive training and self-defense / traditional technique? So I guess, Carys, you're going to be leading that more than the rest of us, so go for it.
Well, obviously we can't train as normal at the moment, so it is going to be quite different. I guess we'll get up to competition fitness levels, but not so much technique. It's just going to be a bit difficult until we can get back into full judo, but we'll just see how it goes, I guess, and what we're allowed to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
If there's things you want to
I feel
cover,
like
though, do feel free to message, and we'll try and cover.
Yeah,
in
for sure.
general, in the past, our club has had that sort of. We've had quite a good combination of both casual and competitive stuff, because most of our general sessions are fairly casual. We do randori within it, but for the most part, it's socialization, fitness, and judo as well. But we did go to Bath like last academic year and do an interclub there, which was quite fun. Had a few other universities come down. And we've got some videos on little competition fights and that. Just a few in case you wanted to see what that's all about. It's all on the YouTube channel. So
where this VoD will also go. So winner.
Oh yeah, sorry for that demonetization there, David. Sorry.
It's okay. We're going to make millions of pounds, but we're not now. But it's fine.
Once we get the G Fuel sponsorship.
Squarespace, thank you very much, sir. Great kind of legends. So a thing on that, because they said traditional / self-defense, and I've always been reluctant to teach self-defense in it of itself, because judo can absolutely be applied to self-defense. You know, like someone punches you, you can like do this, that, or the other. But I've always been reluctant to like sort of teach that as a self-defense thing in itself, because people might come to 2 sessions think, yeah, I'm hard now, and then when someone goes to attack them, they'll try and do something, and then they'll end up all messed up. Like the most dangerous part is knowing a little bit. If you know nothing, like you know nothing, you're not going to try anything. If you know a lot, so you can back yourself. But knowing the little bit is the most dangerous bit, I think. But something that my dad's always taught in our club, and my brother and so on, is the first rule of self-defense is not to be there. So if you can run away, run away. And funnily enough, kind of applies to this whole coronavirus situation. The first rule of self-defense against even a virus, just don't be there. Just don't be up in each other's grill. And that's some philosophical business from me there.
It's deep.
That's very deep. So yeah, that's kind of like my thing on that, because we thought about we were going to try and do like women's sessions as well, right? Women's only sessions. And then I was going to we thought about branding it as like a women's self-defense thing, because like I know that's been done in the past, but then it's like a similar sort of thing. Like it can be really helpful, but can also be somewhat detrimental if you don't sort of go about it the right way, I feel. Which is, which could be a predicament, but that's for a down the line sort of thing. Okay, so we'll go for like another sort of judo-y specific one, and then we'll see if we could just like say like uni in general stuff. But Ben also said, what is our sort of favorite like fighting style? And again, to that, I said I kind of don't really have one, because I don't really think when I fight. I just
David,
kind of
you're geek lanky. You can, and also are first hand, so you've got that kind of broad spectrum, which does help. But when I was a lot younger, I really, really enjoyed the big boy power throwers, because I was a bit of a hefty lad.
So you just like go for them, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'd absolutely just go straight in there, go for some really powerful haragoshis, ogoshis, anything I can fully get my hip into, and then sort of mob people around the map.
So I feel like early on, especially, like it's easy to get the power into those ones. Whereas like with Serena Sotogari or something, like you can get in there and you can do it like with power, but I feel like it's a lot more. You got to be more intricate and like more precise with it. Which obviously, if you're fairly new, that's a bit harder to do, right? What about the rest of yours?
It's quite interesting hearing that from Ben, really, because I almost fight in the exact opposite way. Which I like. Complete passivity is obviously not very good in judo, but I do have my tendency is more to outlast. I'd like I'll go for little tips and tricks until you spot an opening and then go in. Then I do struggle with causing an opening myself. It's more of capitalizing on mistakes just as you're sort of going around. But either way works. If you end up with the Ippon, then come the end of the day.
I'm kind of similar in that regard. I don't like fight too aggressively, and I'm not sure whether that's just because I've never really have, so I've just never tried to. But
yeah, I'll tell you what. The one time where I really went for it was against Gareth.
Oh yeah, but
got absolutely shattered.
Yeah,
but that was that. I knew that was the point. Really,
that's sort of interesting. So that's like that kind of goes on to why I don't generally absolutely go ham on people. It's because like similar like Gareth, my brother, by the way, the third down he came then did a masterclass with us. But it's the role of the higher grade to be the one for the lower grade, so they can just go nuts. So like, because you're not going to learn anything if, say, like a third dan comes in against some yellow belts and smashes you in 2 seconds every single time. Like, no one's learning. You're hurting people probably at that point. They're not learning anything. They don't get to fight
judo.
Yeah, and it's just not a thing. So because like we all fair do like highest grades, except for Will. Sorry, Will. Where we started at a younger age. Because I've always been towards the top of the class in that. I've never like fully sort of gone for it with people. So maybe that's the thing. And also Ben is absolutely echoing there.
Benji.
What is going? I'm just going to mute Ben for a bit.
What's happening? Yeah. What's happening there?
He's had a little phone call or something going on there. But yeah, what about? So I know Carys and Alex, you're kind of more competitive than I kind of ever has been. So what are your opinions?
Are we talking more fighting in the club or competition-wise?
Just if you were to fight, what is your style? So that interpret that how you will.
I know. Well, say in the club, everyone's a lot bigger than me, so it's all like I can't just use my strength against all of you because obviously you're a lot stronger than me. So it's just a whole thing of getting you off balance first before you throw. So yeah, I guess that's my style, just getting everyone off balance, which is what you're meant to do in judo, right?
Yeah, I mean, checks out.
You're the coach.
Makes sense.
You're the coach. What about you, Alex?
I've always been a fan of using unconventional grip techniques and excessive grip fighting to frustrate people.
Okay.
And then I like going for big throws. But I found in competition that doesn't always work because I tend to lose my first fight in competition almost universally. Because I think you get the kind of like pre-competition nerves, and then you go in, and it's almost like in that first fight you just forget how to do judo, and I stand there, I'm like I just can't. And then once I get thrown or I get ipponed or whatever, then after that fight everything becomes a lot clearer, a lot easier. But I think maybe my fighting technique is to always lose the first fight and then use that to build myself up for the rest of it.
I mean, if that's what gets it done, that's what gets it done, I suppose.
Silver medals only, boys.
I mean, it's better than gold, they say, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyone else? Anyone else want to chime in? No, they hate me. That's fine.
In that case, just quickly for a question from Spicy Bread.
Oh gosh, he's absolutely got in there before.
Okay.
No, it's fine. No, you carry on.
No. So we do have a training dummy, but it is not ours specifically. It belongs to the sports park where we train. So whether or not it'll actually be something we can use, I don't know. That depends on their personal COVID regulations. Just to add another layer of complexity to it. So.
Yeah, that's never stopped us before, but I think this academic year is specific in terms of having to be careful with that sort of thing.
Thank you for the big cues.
We've also heard from Sam B. He's just DM'd us on Instagram saying, "Hi, nice to meet you all." So nice to meet you too, Sam.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
And hopefully we can actually meet you from a safe distance sometime soon. And it's just she. The she is the pronoun. I'm not sure if I said he by accident. Cool. So,
Okay.
and she just said, "Yeah, I did. My bad. Apologies."
Judo is cancelled.
Here I go.
Sorry,
Leaving
boys,
the call.
I will now be taking over as president. as well.
Oh, they've set me up. There was all a plan to overthrow me.
It was.
Right. So, rather than sort of judo specific, what else? What else are we saying about like sort of uni and things in general? Because I don't know if the two of you guys, Sam and Spicy Bread, I don't know if you're like freshers. So like, have you got any sort of just uni questions? Because we're all old now, so we've been there too long. So we could probably answer something. I'll tell you one thing that you'll enjoy Forum Hill if you go up that a few times. That's a learning curve in itself.
Mm-hmm. That's the warm up for every judo session.
See,
It's just getting to the sports park.
That one I would agree with. The Forum Hill is not too bad, and then you go, oh, it's flat now. Oh, no, it's not.
Oh,
And
no,
then you go
it's
up
not.
another hill, and you're like, oh yeah, this is very warm. So that's not the most fun. And then you get to put the mats out, which warms you up a bit more.
Yeah.
And then we do a warm up. So you're pretty tired by the time you start your judo, but that's okay.
But that's when they say that you do your best judo, though, isn't it? When you're tired. So.
Oh, and Spicy Bread, you said you're in St. David's. That's okay. I was in Point X the first year, so I'd feel your pain. Although the Impy Hill isn't too bad, but I would recommend if it's cold outside, don't wrap up warm if you're going up that hill.
Yeah.
You will be taking it off by the time you get to the top of it. So like it's a good gauge, because if you start off warm and then you walk in, then you're like itchy by the time you get to the top, because it's just like that hot, but it's also cold outside. And it's a whole time. And also that hill is absolutely hilarious if it's freezing. So like there's ice on the floor. That is very funny. But also use the handrail because you might fall over.
And your break falls. Use your break falls.
And you use your break falls. So you
that's
said
true.
you've done a bit of judo before, third key, right? So you might be rolling. What about where are the rest of you guys in first year?
They
Way
are
back
I
when.
was Lafrauda.
Lafrauda. Next door to Jack.
He's one of them.
Yeah.
basic.
Lafrauda's not catered though, right? It's just on campus.
No.
Holland's the catered
Yeah, it's
one.
just campus. No, it's not catered, no.
Where's Duryard? I don't actually know where Duryard is. I just know it's far away.
I've heard that a lot. Yeah.
Very far away. That is all I know.
Where did we Jack? Where did we make the igloo on the snow days?
That was
You made an igloo?
Is that
all the way
Burke's?
across literally, the other side of the university.
Oh my god, the stairs down to there while it's icy
Yeah.
were
Yeah, that
genuinely
was
like
spooky.
worrying.
Yeah, but it's all part of the fun, right?
Yeah.
I've never actually gone up Cardiac Hill thinking of it. Everyone gives
I
it.
can tell.
Wow. It's bulking season, Tom, okay? God.
All year round.
All year round. Oh, I've got to keep warm, don't I? It's like insulation.
Oh, yeah, when it was snowing, me and Jack both went down Cardiac Hill on stolen wet floor signs.
Excellent.
Oh my god, that was hilarious! And someone
before that, it was the unfolded laminated printer box.
Yeah.
That had a very smooth side. So because like a lot of boxes for big utensils have a laminated side, that has no friction.
It's great.
So if you've got a big enough box, you can open it up, sit on it, hold the front, and just zoom down the hill. It actually made a really good sled.
And then someone took a table out of one of the seminar rooms out through the forum, turned it upside down, and made like a toboggan. And I think I've got a photo of Jack pushing it with like 3 people inside down Cardiac Hill.
Did you get away with that? Did no one say like,
yeah, I think because the snow came so suddenly, everyone just lost their minds and like no one could do anything.
Okay.
And it was also during the strike.
That.
It was during the teacher strike.
All the mainly staff, all the actual staffs are like not there because you had the strikes, and people like teachers and staff who are working there are more likely to live far away, so they probably were snowed in. They just didn't come in to work, and so it's just a bunch of tables,
I see.
But
Also, I've just
fun
unmuted
time.
Ben,
I hope
and
it snows again.
he's still doubling, so I'm not gonna. He's gonna stay muted for a little bit.
Yeah.
So Ben, fix it. I'll tell you what, a good one
Shoot us a message.
is for like a little sleigh. You know, like big like compost bags. Just an empty one of those. Slash
Oh,
that
right.
open. That is a good one. Because like mate, they
Nice.
go because like the inside's like that sort of like black, sort of like non-sticky stuff, so it doesn't stick to the edge of the bag. And you go on those.
We saw someone try and go down in an IKEA bag, which is a woven like plastic. It did not work. They just fell out of it.
Baking trays are famously very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
There were some baking trays.
I think we tried to make a baking tray one. It was a bit small though. Couldn't quite fit on it.
Also, Ben, I've
It's
unmuted
very.
you.
Eventually, we did make our own sled. I made my own called Sledgewood. And
Of course. What else would it be called?
And there's
I've
there's a very
got
good
a video
of me
absolutely eating
very
shit
good video of me. Yeah.
around the back of La Frauda.
I mean, you may as well.
Hmm.
So
Good
Sam's
time.
launched us a few questions. So the first one is, how often do you train? So last term, well, a year I should say, it was twice a week with an optional third regular session. Third advanced session, sorry. It's probably going to be similar to that this year, but again, it's going to be like judo fitness rather than judo itself for a while. But yeah, so we're going to aim for, I'd say probably around definitely at least once a week, probably around twice a week, maybe third if there's interest, but that's something we're going to have to play by ear. Because we don't all want to be in a field doing like some press ups and stuff if no one else is there, quite frankly. That's not very fun. But the second question is my favorite question we've had. Will my bones be in any kind of danger? And frankly, that depends who you're fighting.
If I'm there, possibly.
So
That
on a
is
serious
close to
note,
home, that question, I don't like it.
on a serious note, no. So if you've never done it before, like we teach you when you first start how to fall over properly. It's called a break fall. You break your fall. So, you know, you're beyond like mats and stuff. Oh, Jack's absolutely disappeared.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah,
You're back?
I have no
Mixing things
picture
up.
just in case my Wi-Fi decides to shaft itself again, and then it
Okay.
does what it did last time.
That's fine. No, you
That's
didn't
fine.
disappear, Jack, but it like moved for some reason. Anyway,
Yeah.
so no,
It's because I changed my nickname.
right.
Yeah.
It's just Jack makes sense. And we'll teach you how to fall over properly, so you won't be hurting yourself. We do in judo, the only sort of joint block is a arm lock, so it attacks the elbow. But again, we teach you that safely, and like you submit when it hurts, so you tap out. So now your bone should not be in any kind of danger. So we hope. Obviously,
As far
accidents
as
do happen sometimes. Sometimes things like if you
I've never broken a bone doing judo. That's how safe it is.
Yeah, I've never broken a bone actually.
Ligaments, on the other hand.
Mine
don't
was
talk
only
about
a chip
ligaments.
of my bone, so it doesn't count.
I've got a collarbone thing that like sticks up here than there, but that's fine.
Yeah, you've subluxed your collarbone, doesn't count.
Yeah, it didn't break, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And the third one was just, are the mats soft or hard? I mean, they're softer than the floor.
They're whatever you want them to be.
They're harder than your bed. That's what I'll say. But generally, it'll be fine. Like as you get used to it.
They're based on like on a similar strength, like hardness to like tatami mats, which have traditionally been used for many centuries in Japan.
Yeah.
So I think they're well tried and tested to be as effective without being uncomfortable.
Yeah,
exactly.
Depending
You
on
can sleep on one. That's the main thing.
Yeah, depending on where you're living, they're probably as firm as your bed where you're going to be sleeping in student accommodation.
Yeah, if you're in old La Frauda, then absolutely.
And we also just had from Spicy Bread. It's now changed the name to Liam. So hi, Liam. So how many people train? It very much varies. So we probably peaked last year at probably 35 in the first couple of sessions.
Yep.
It was crowded. But I'd say a good average as that sort of tailed off was probably around sort of 15 to 20 people like per session. obviously sometimes if it was like raining or if it was a reading week, it was a lot less and so on. But yeah, so we get a good amount. Again, not sure how that'll correlate to socially distanced training and stuff like that. But if we can do it in a wide open area like a field or something, then we'll be all for it. And here's Bradham. He went for a position. He didn't get it. Sad times. He's trying to be third. Oh, he's left now. He's
Yes, in the chat.
So offended.
But Adam's him with Ricardo. He's our first yellow belt going from the ground from this club. So isn't that cute?
It's lovely.
So Adam, if you have any questions as well, by the way, you can pop those in the chat and then we can answer those. And if you don't, then you don't. Really, that's kind of it. Okay, cool. Right. What else? Ben, did you tell me anything else of one of your topics? Or have we covered all yours?
Surprise me.
Surprise me. Oh, you only showed me two. Ben. So Ben, pick one now. Go. Make a topic. We love pressure.
Favorite social that the Judo has done.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Ooh, that's a good question.
We might as well bring back in the social sex, you know? Need to hear
Just,
Tom's sultry
reel
voice
them in.
again.
I don't even know what that means. Could be an insult.
Oh, dear.
Do you want to tell him or shall I tell him?
God, yeah, I need a perfect definition here.
Like soft and sweet and you've got a nice voice, Tom.
Yes,
He's flirting with you, Tom. Take the compliment.
He is.
I will take it.
Should we all leave? And just let
Yeah, I
them.
think
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to say get a room, but we're in the room right now. I feel like we should go.
Leave the room.
Leave the room.
Okay, well then go on then, Tom. What was your
Sultry.
favorite?
Thank you, Liam. Exactly.
Well played.
I'm not sure. My mind is racing right now.
I mean, the belt socials are always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolling one, no, that was very good.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just because, really, I can't describe why they're fun. They just
because alcohol.
there's a
Yeah.
competitive element as well.
you don't have to drink. Just to
Yeah,
confirm.
disclaimer.
not
That's
endorsed.
Jack's job. Don't steal his job.
Yeah, non-alcoholic options are available
It's up
if you
to
want
all
to
of us.
drink milk.
It is up to all of us to be responsible and you know, to promote fun within the society. So thank you, David. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
But I absolutely did get bladdered at the last belt session. So
To be fair, I think you got further than anyone.
yeah,
No.
I was
with him.
Me and
Come on, now.
David
Go back.
did the last one together. So
Yeah, 'cause we
Was
bought
that
one in
Turtle
Turtle
Bay?
Bay and it cost me
Yeah.
about 40
Because we
grand.
got kicked out of the MP when it closed.
yeah.
Yeah. So the belt
Yeah.
social, basically, you have different color belts in judo going from red through to black, and the color of the drink correlated to the color of the belt, and you just saw how far you could grade. And I think Jack and I got to
Yeah.
5th dan. Was that the last one?
Yeah.
And we were intoxicated.
And then we had a really good time.
slightly.
So, yeah, we had a really good time for the rest of the evening. Nothing bad happened at all. I didn't embarrass myself.
Did anything
Everything was normal.
I feel like it
Jack
didn't.
himself?
What have you done that I forgot?
No,
Yeah, I'm worried.
I
I'm
didn't
worried.
do anything. I didn't do anything. I'm pretty sure I blatantly said I didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, Jack didn't embarrass himself at all.
Of course.
But either way, yeah, you can stop at any point because every single color of the drink had a non-alcoholic option. So
Also,
yeah, it was just fun time.
She's very keen, Sam is, but is unsure about having a novice start mid-year. You can start whenever. Like we cater from red belts up. Go on, Jack.
Yeah,
you're going to say anything?
We had people joining through the middle of the year, just all the time. People would be bringing their friends along, and then they just turn up for the rest of the year. You know, I'm pretty sure one of the latest ones we got was actually in late second term. It was a friend of one of you guys who just joined in, and then suddenly just absolutely white belt. They're just having fun. They enjoy it. Everyone's really nice to them, and then it's because when you're training with an individual, you're catering to each other's skill levels. So if you are the higher up, you're making sure that the lower belt is comfortable when they're training. So no matter what your skill level, no matter when you join, you'll be comfortable and you'll be able to have a good time at the club. So.
And there's plenty of beginners as well. It won't just be starting. There's,
Yeah.
And,
like,
yeah, at judo it's sort of hard to not also get comfortable and close with everyone because if someone's got you in Munigatami, you're not exactly not close. It's difficult not to have a bit of a giggle with someone you've just met for the first time who's absolutely clattered you and then hugged you on the ground essentially.
He's got a point. I wouldn't have phrased it like that personally. He's got a point. But yeah, like I think, like sort of yeah, by nature of what you're doing, it is just funny, and you can just relax and enjoy yourself because, like Jack said, you're going to be with someone probably to start off with, someone at least sort of mid-range, and they're going to be looking after you, right? They're not in any business to throw you through the ground or anything because that's no fun for anyone, right? So just have a good time, have a bit of a giggle, as Ben said, clat each other on the floor, and then you kind of go from there, really, and then you'll go to the ram after for curly fries, which you might have to book that now. I'm really sad now. Sorry, I've just ruined everyone's dreams.
Yeah, sorry, Judo Club's cancelled now.
Yeah, no curly fries after.
no curly fries. You can't have.
But we can expect you towards winter time. Excellent, because we'll be there, hopefully. And yeah, so how much do you guys weigh? Everyone at World Cup is real light. So I'm currently 96 kilos, 95 kilos, somewhere around there. But it's Balkan season. Don't say anything, Tom.
Try my best.
It is Balkan season.
I'm probably one of, if not the biggest one.
Oh no, David. I'm over 100 kilograms now. I'm 102, I think.
Oh, I could catch up to you.
Oh no,
Just a couple of
I'm going to keep going. I'm going to be 140.
Challenge accepted.
By the end of the year.
Right, ordering 4 McDonald's.
I think I'm usually 83, but I'm a bit of a light boy because quarantine, so I'm only 76 right now. But it is Balkan season, like David said.
Snap. 76.
Mate, will you stop copying me?
Hey, I went down to 74. I've been putting it back on slowly.
Oh. Been pushing trolleys, getting them leg gains.
Also, no problem, Sam. Hopefully see you soon. She said, thanks for the great session, guys. See you soon. So, awesome stuff.
All right.
Glad we could be wholesome.
See you, Sam. Hopefully see you on the mats.
Hopefully the mats. Or a field.
Hopefully the mats. Or a field. Yeah.
Doing some press-ups.
Or a field.
I was going to say a thing. I forgot what the thing I was going to say. I'm really bad at this whole podcast thing, aren't I?
Anything to do with your weight? Was that the
it might have been.
Into it?
I mean, it will be cutting season soon. I mean, I know I'm doing it wrong, right? But I'm going for that long-term cut, like 5-month cut kind of vibe.
You mean like not losing all your muscle mass cut?
Yeah, that kind, yeah.
That one, yeah.
So we're going to be aiming for to be absolutely shredded, looking insane, Mr. Olympia business by like Marchish. Oh yeah.
If you come to the mat with a syringe,
I'm just going to absolutely boot you off, Sam. So thank you. Oh no, she's done it. Sorry.
Awesome.
But yeah, so I don't know. I could probably like sit around. Well, all I'll say is I wouldn't be able to compete in under 81s anymore. I don't think. Like that would be a big boy cut.
Weird.
Just don't drink.
Okay.
Losing waterweight.
Oh, okay.
Sweat 80% of the liquid out of your body.
I mean,
for 2 days.
People do that, and it's scary, man.
David just arrives and like a prude. Like
yeah.
Palpatine.
Pour like some water over him, he just like inflates back. David's eyes.
No, you do the old chest up, right? Of like, I'm on the scales. I put my hands behind my back like that, so like I'm like this. And one of you guys just put your hands on, lift me up a little bit.
Nice.
Not joking. That's actually been done. Surprisingly effective.
Wouldn't they see it like wobbling around though? And just like, wow, his weight is rapidly fluctuating. He's breathing really heavy air. What's happening?
Heavy air.
Heavy air.
How much helium could you put in your body to lighten yourself? Do you think?
Let's find out first social.
Are you trying to tell me that David gets a balloon, inhales all of it, goes up to it, weighs himself, and then when they say thanks for that, he goes, in a really high pitched voice and walks off.
At EUJC, we do not condone
Yeah, we don't condone
ingesting various gases that shouldn't be there. Oh god! Right.
Wow. Okay.
So how we've been going for like an hour, guys. See, we get into
Yeah.
it, and then it all just flows, doesn't it? That's
Time
what we
flies.
like to see.
Wow.
So has anyone else got any other sort of things? Because I'll be honest, I've absolutely got to go by like 3:30. So I can probably do one more point, and then I'm leaving you all.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a resounding no, if I'm honest.
Oh, that was a resounding no, wasn't it? It really was.
We're all
But,
quite down.
Hmm?
Don't worry.
Okay. So yeah, after I do some sick editing because Carys broke it first, and then
Sorry, that was my
demo-
colleague.
I
and then
broke it in the middle.
demonetized.
Ben said a naughty
Yeah.
word.
I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to edit it at all. I'm just going to like slam it on there. But this will be on the YouTube channel, and hopefully the next one will be fine to do on YouTube because I feel like that's just a lot simpler.
Yeah, more accessible.
But if not, I mean, this has kind of worked anyway, so we can do this again. But the next one of that is what, on like the 15th or something like that?
2 weeks from today, yeah.
Yeah. We've got obviously other events coming up. We've got the film watch party. What's that? The 4th, Alex?
Yes.
Somewhere
No,
around there.
I don't remember. I have
He
my
doesn't
dates written
remember.
down somewhere, but not on me.
I should really put mine in my calendar, really.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
I could just check it right now.
Good shout.
But
We,
we've got
we're
that.
so disorganized. The fact that more than me said that is unacceptable, and we should sort our shit out, really.
I mean, I knew this one was today,
Well, same, but like,
and yeah, frankly, I won't be there for the film because will be in work. But you know,
I'm definitely going to be there. I am very excited for this film.
what
I'm a little
date
bit
is it?
disappointed because I do really want to watch it.
Me
It's,
too.
it's
Yeah.
Throwdown,
Throwdown.
which is a
Judo
very
movie.
a niche judo film.
What time are we watching? Is it like 5 till 5
7.
or 5 on
Seven.
or 7?
Starts at 7.
Oh, I
so
might be as far as that then.
So that's on the 4th, starting at 7.
Mm.
After that, we've got Carys on the 8th, taking us through some virtual sessions. So it's going to be a similar sort of thing to this, but probably, or we might all have our cameras on so you can see us all looking like fools.
We'll get dressed up.
But if not, yeah, like Carys will be leading that. We'll just be doing. It will just be like some bodyweight training and stuff. You know, a bit of technique, movement, as much as you can do. So make sure you've got like some space. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it in my room, so I might absolutely have to sort something else out. But there you go.
Oh, mate, just flex on everyone with your outdoor gym.
I could do that. Yeah, here I go doing it. And then we've got a game night on the 11th, hosted by Mr. Jack.
Woohoo.
So again, that
Gonna have a
starts
bunch of
around
party
7,
games.
and yeah, it's going to be like sort of like Jack likes games, things that have that sort of nature. Which again,
So demonetizing content on the spot.
yeah, but that one won't be recorded, so it's fine.
Lost to history.
Absolutely not.
And then, and then after that's the 4th event, and then basically they all just repeat again. So then we'll have this stream again, a watch bite of a different film, another session, and then another game night.
And
But-
hopefully, in-person sessions.
Hopefully, yes, because by that point that takes us up to the 25th. So I'd imagine everyone should be in Exeter at that point anyway.
Mm.
Then we can go from there. Obviously, all these events will be on the guild page for us. They're on the Freshers Hub in the guild. We post fairly regularly on the Instagram and Facebook for us. So that's, I think, both just EUJC official on Instagram, Exeter University Judo Club on Facebook, and obviously we'll be in here in the Discord, whatever. And also there's a chat which we're going to need to sort out because they took away the invite by link option, which is very frustrating. But we'll sort that out a little bit closer to the time. So does anyone else have any closing remarks?
Thanks for
What-
coming. Hashtag do
Yeah.
judo.
Hashtag do Judo.
We should do this more.
We should.
We should.
We should just make this a
It's quite fun.
bi-weekly thing, and then just have the like the Joe Rogan podcast, but for judo.
Yeah,
Where
you
we just
literally
talk
there you go. Boom.
absolute
You call it
rubbish.
just the dojo.
Ben
You call
Shapiro
it just
does
the
judo.
dojo. Boom, you have a podcast.
Yeah, I'd put it on Spotify. I would listen to it.
Mm.
I would listen to us.
Yeah, I'd
Well,
love
I'm
to
here.
hear more of Tom's sultry voice.
I'll just have my own podcast.
Dojo. Oh, I like it. I like that a lot.
Nice.
Dojo.
Yeah.
It's like Joe Rogan. Dojo.
Joe
Good.
Rogan.
That. I like that a lot. Liam does like it. Unbelievable. Who's absolutely just gone?
He's dipped.
Oh,
Ben's dipped.
Oh, it's Ben.
Ben left. I thought Ben had
Dip like a
turned
chip.
into David.
Yeah, what the hell just happened there? Everything just went, and then I added back. I don't know what the hell just happened.
He couldn't handle the
Technical
dojo.
difficulties.
Stopping the recording. Sign off.